Hi everyone, welcome to your Pilates class at Synergy today. So we're in our new home now. It's the arena of the Intercontinental Hotel, so we have more space here for eventually classes to take place in. So before we get started, I'd like you to set up your mat and a towel, please. Okay, I want to remind you that this is a mixed level class. Okay, and please work at your own pace, and especially if you have any injuries or maybe other medical conditions, choose the exercises you feel comfortable with today, please. Okay, so let's start off with a quick posture check. So you have your feet together to start with, standing nice and tall. You're going to turn your toes out to the side, have your heels follow, so you've got your feet directly under your hips. I want you to bring your pelvis into an upright position. Okay, you're going to open up your chest wide, making sure that your rib cage is not sticking out at the front. Okay, lengthen from the top of your head. So you've got that nice long spine. Bring your ears over your shoulders, lengthen the back of your neck. And keeping that nice upright posture, I want you to start thinking about your lower tummy muscles. So for today, take 2 fingers, place them onto the bony bit at the front of your pelvis here. Okay, then move them in by an inch, then down by an inch. So it should be a little bit softer there. Take a deep breath in. On the exhale, gently draw up your tummy muscles and see if you can feel a gentle tightening under your fingertips. So if that worked for you, keep your tummy muscles this way. If not, just try once more. So deep breath in. On the exhale, start drawing up your tummy muscles. See if you can feel that tightening under your fingertips. Keep those tummy muscles nice and tight, standing really nice and tall. Bring your elbows to your waist. Okay, 90 degrees at your elbows, and we're just going to slide our hands out to the side. So this is warming up our shoulders. Okay, it's waking up the muscles at the back of your shoulder blades. It's going to open up your chest. Whilst you're doing this, just think about your breathing. You want to take deep breath into the sides and back of your rib cage. You have 2 more coming up. And then place your hands onto your hips, please. Roll up onto your toes and lower 1 heel at a time. So it's as if you were walking here, warming up through your feet and ankles. I hope you can see my feet on the gray floor here. So just a few more steps coming up. Try to keep your hips right in the middle here. Okay, 1 more time on each side, please. Then lower your heels down. Reach your arms out to the front here. Okay, I'm going to turn around so you can see what I would like you to do. You're going to draw your shoulder blades together at the back, and then through your fingertips, reach forwards to widen the space in between your shoulder blades. So draw your shoulder blades together, widen the space in between your shoulder blades. We're just going to do a few more. Draw those shoulder blades together. Lengthen out, open the space in between your shoulder blades. Draw them back once more. Reach forwards and keep the space in between your shoulder blades really nice and wide. And we're going to add calf raises now. So reaching up to the ceiling, circling the arms back down by your side. Breathe out, reach. Breathe in, down. So up we go. Try to keep your ankles as steady as you can. Relax your shoulders away from your ears. You're just going to give me 2 more of these. This is the last one. Then you're going to reach up once more and just hold it here. So it's quite challenging for our balance. I'm going to turn around. Now all I want you to do is bend your knees. So your back stays straight. Okay, just folding up through those knees. Try to stay on your toes if you can. If you can't, take the heels down and do your knee bends from here. So let's just go for 3 more knee bends now. Okay, release your arms, release your heels. Let's take a wider step now. So you've got your toes and knees turned out to the side. Make sure it's a comfortable turnout for your hips. Place your hands on your hips for now. And just bend and lengthen through your knees. Make sure that the knees are going into the direction of your toes here. Keep your chest upright so we're not leaning forwards on this one. Now you're going to hold it on the next one here. If you wish to go down a bit lower, go ahead. If you want to come up a bit higher, it's entirely up to you. Reach your arms out to the front now. Now just moving the upper body here. So breathing in to open up, breathing out to come back to the front. So we're just mobilizing the upper part of our body here. Make sure that your hips and your knees are not turning with you. So it's just a rotation through your rib cage. You might feel your thighs waking up a little bit. We're just going for one more reach on each side. Okay, now lengthen out your legs. Make your toes point forwards again, but keep your feet a bit wider than your hips here. Now, I want you to reach your right arm up towards the ceiling. From here, reaching sideways, taking both arms down to the outside of your left ankle, passing your hands from the middle over to the right outside of your ankle. Take your left arm, reach out to the side, and come back up. Give me shoulder rolls here. Take your left arm now, reaching up and over, down to the outside of your right ankle, over to the middle, outside of your left ankle. Take your right arm, reach out and over, shoulder rolls back, and just one more time on each side. So up and across. Slide your left hand down the side of your leg. Reach to the outside of your ankle. Pass your hands from the middle. If you need to bend your knees, feel free. It's the left arm going up first, rolling your shoulders back, and then it's the left arm going up again, reaching down by your side. Feel that stretch along the side of your body. We're in the middle now. On the outside of your left ankle, take your left arm, reach up and across, and roll your shoulders back. Now from here, I need you to pick up your folded up towel. Now you need to fold it up a little bit more for me here, so that it's about the width of your fist. So I'm going to fold mine twice more, I think. Okay, just make sure that it fits comfortably between your knees. Make sure that your feet are not too far apart, because otherwise you end up with those legs looking like an X. So bring your feet relatively close together, and we're just going to squeeze the towel a little bit, sitting back into a squat here. Okay, as you're squatting, you need to be able to see your toes if the towel is not in the way. And you want to keep a straight back here. Okay, keeping that chest wide open, keeping that connection between your ribs and your pelvis. Okay, give me one more squat. Hold it here. Place your hands back on your hips. Now what I want you to do is lift your toes off the floor. So the weight is towards your heels, and you'll be squeezing your towel as hard as you can. So breathe out, squeeze. Breathe and release. Breathe out, squeeze. So it's up to you how much you want to squeeze the towel. So we want to get our inner thighs to start working a little bit as well. Just 3 more here. Oops. 2 more. And the last one. Now shift your weight onto your toes. Lift up your heels and start squeezing from here. So this is a little bit more challenging now. Make sure you don't lose your towel. So it's a big squeeze and just a very small release. Let's do 3 more. You might feel the front of your thighs waking up again as well here. And then back onto your heels, lift your toes. We do the same thing just once more. So squeeze and release from here. Hope you can feel your legs starting to work now. Just give me 2 more in this position. And then we'll go back onto our toes once more. Now do your squeezing from here. If you want, you can go a little bit further down, if you want. Okay, 3 more squeezes coming up. 2 and 3. Now take your heels down, remove the towel. Give your legs a bit of a shake now. Now I need you to unfold your towel. Depends how big it is. Okay, your hands need to be a bit wider than your shoulders, and I want you to keep a straight line across the middle of your towel here. So your arms will be working as well. Push your hands slightly outwards. Now we're just going to start off with a small step forwards, middle, back, and middle. You can start making the step bigger, so you can take it into a lunge. You could add your arms here as well. So every time you come to the middle, you reach your arms above your head. If you're ready for a challenge, you step back, you lift one knee up in front, you step down in front, and add a knee lift here. Now, I don't know what floor you have at home. If it's slippery, remove your socks, and you should be landing very, very softly without making any noise. So back, up, and front, and up one more time. We're going to hold it here now. Push those hands out to the side, lengthen out your leg in front, and just start drawing little circles with your front leg. Okay, taking it the other way around now. Standing as tall as you can. Okay, step back together. Release your arms. Now, the same thing on the other side. I'll be turning around now. So, get your arms ready. Okay, a little outward push. Start off just with a small step forwards and back. Then make this a bigger lunge here, if you want. Okay, add your arms. If you want your shoulders to work a bit more. And then if you're ready for a challenge, you can add a knee lift here. So the balance on one side might be a bit better than the balance on the other side. Breathe out, step forward, oops, breathe in, reach up. Last few coming up. Okay, make this the last one. Hold it here. Oops, I'm wobbling. Stretch the leg out in front of you and start circling the leg around. Keep those hands pushing outwards. Circle the leg the other way around. You might be feeling your shoulders a little bit now. Okay, and step together. So now you're going to fold up your towel. Okay, we're going to use it as a cushion for our head now. So lie on your back. Make sure your head is comfortable on your towel. I'll just have a quick sip of water. It's warm in here. Okay, so let's get down into our Pilates rest position now. So feet and knees hip width apart. Okay, anchor your tailbone onto the floor. Soften your rib cage. Open your shoulders wide. Make sure that your neck and head are comfortable. Now, let's check if our tummy muscles are working properly. Or first of all, make sure you have a little space from underneath your lower back here. Then to make sure that your tummy muscles are working properly, place your fingertips onto the bony part of your pelvis again. Move them in by an inch, down by an inch. Okay, so it's soft here. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, and then gently tighten up those tummy muscles. And hopefully you would have felt some gentle tightening under your fingertips. Now, that's the way you want to keep your tummy muscles for the rest of the class now. We're going to float our back leg into tabletop. So take the leg which is furthest away from me. Imagine you've got a glass of water on your front knee, a tray of drinks across your pelvis, and we're going to start off with leg circles here. Okay, so you can start off with your knee bent. So imagine the knee is drawing circles on the ceiling. You could work with a straight leg. Make sure you're not dropping your glass of water on your front knee. You could lengthen out the front leg. And if you can't have this leg straight, remember you can bend the knee. So choose whichever position works best for you try to balance those drinks across your pelvis. So one more circle this way, and then let's take our leg into the other direction. Keep those tummy muscles really nice and tight. So 2 more circles here, and then you're going to fold your back leg into tabletop. Now slide the front leg back in. We're going to take our hands behind our head, elbows out to the side, and it's front shoulder going towards the back knee. So it's not the knee coming to the shoulder, it's the shoulder going up towards the knee, keeping the space from underneath the lower part of your back. You could do this with both legs in tabletop, and you could add a leg stretch if you want. So it's like doing a crisscross into the same direction. So you're just going towards the leg which is furthest away from me. Breathe out, lift, breathe in, lower. If for any reason you can't have your head off the floor, you could just do the leg movement for today. So let's just do 5 more here. 4 and 3. Make sure you stretch out that leg properly. 2 more coming up. Last one here, hold it. Now keep your legs as they are. Just lower the front shoulder back down to the floor and lift up. And we'll have 5 more here. 4 and 3. So you should be feeling your tummy muscles work by now. 2 more. Last one. Now take your shoulders back down. Fold your legs into tabletop and rest your head on the floor. See if you can keep those legs in tabletop, and we're moving on to scissors straight away. So try to relax the front of your thighs as much as you can, and you want to make sure the muscles in the lower part of your tummy are working. Now, if you want this easier, when you go down, just fold up the knee a little bit more, so you've got less weight to lift up. If you want to work harder, just increase the angle at your knee a little bit. Okay, or keep the angle at 90 degrees if that's what you feel comfortable with. So we just have a few more scissors coming up. Let's do 1 more on each side. Keep your legs in tabletop. Now it's the back leg going down. The leg which is closest towards me is in tabletop. Place a glass of water on your back knee, a tray of drinks across your pelvis, and you've got your leg circles here. So if you find this one easy, stretch the leg out towards the ceiling. You can lengthen out the underneath leg as well. Or if your quads get very, very tight, you fold up the knee again. So choose which position you want to be in. Make sure your shoulders are wide open, rib cage is relaxed. Let's go the other way around now. And your tummy muscles should be working all the time here. So do your last 2 circles now. Fold up your front leg into tabletop and slide in the back leg. Take your hands behind your head, fold your back shoulder towards the front knee now. Breathe out, up, breathe in, down. Then again, you can have both legs in tabletop if you like. And you could add a leg stretch like we did on the other side. And again, remember, if for any reason you should be keeping your head on the floor today, just work on that leg stretch. Otherwise, we're going to do 5 more here. So front leg stays in tabletop, back leg stretches out. We have 3 more coming up. And 2 more. Last one, hold it here. Now lower the back shoulder towards the floor and lift it back up. Down and up. And let's go for 5 more here. And 4 and 3. So folding diagonally across. You have 2 more coming up. Last one now. So lower your shoulders and your head down to the floor. Hug your knees into your chest from here. Okay, and just rock side to side a little bit to release your spine. Okay, you might want to rotate from your ankles as well, and go the other way around. Okay, now from here, you're going to take your feet back down to the floor. Now, today, we're going to widen our feet. So I don't know how wide your mat is, but I'm going to take my feet to the side of the mat. My knees are wide as well, arms out by your side. You're going to drop both knees away from me. Let your hips open up. Come back to the center and drop both knees towards me. So you feel a nice stretch across your hips. Your back is relaxing as well. You could turn your head into the opposite direction from your knees. Okay, just one more to the front here. Okay, now move your feet back in line with your hips. We're moving on to our shoulder bridges now. So you want to remove the towel from under your head. Bring your feet a little bit closer towards your bottom. Take a deep breath in. On the exhale, you're going to lift your tailbone, scoop your tummy in, and peel your spine away from the floor until you have a straight diagonal line across the front of your body. Breathe in to hold, and breathe out, slowly release back down, one vertebra at a time. So it's a really nice exercise for your spine. Now, if you want to stay with this for today, that's fine. So you can just keep on rolling up and rolling down. If you want to move on, we're going to roll up on the next one and hold it here. Okay, so see if this feels comfortable for your back. Place your hands onto your hips. Take the leg which is closest to me. Float the leg first into tabletop. Stretch the leg out towards the ceiling. Now, you remember your leg circles. We're going to do 5 of those into one direction. 2, 3. Keep the rest of your body still. 4 and 5. Make sure your hips are not going down. Now, 5 the other way. Your hips stay level with each other. 4 and 3 and 2. Last one, hold it here. Now just 5 hip dips and we're done on this side. So we'll go down and up. 4 more. 3, you should feel your bottom on the underneath leg. I think we'll have 2 more here. Okay, hold it up here. Fold up your front leg. Step back down and release your back into the floor again. So just have a little break before you roll back up once more to do the same thing on the other side. Hips level with each other. Back leg floating into tabletop. Reaching up towards the ceiling. 5 circles into one direction. 2, 3, making sure the front leg is not moving. 4 and 5, and then you go the other way around. Don't let your hips drop to the floor as yet. 3 more. 2 more. Last one. We finish off with 5 hip dips here. So 1 and 2 and 3, 4 and 5. Hold it here. Fold up your back leg. Slowly roll back down. Rib cage first and relax your back. Well done, everybody. So let's go for a hamstring stretch now. So use your towel. Okay, I don't mind which leg you're stretching first. I'm going to take my front leg. So your tailbone is on the floor. Okay, you have about a 90-degree angle at your hip joint, a straight knee here, and you're going to push the sole of your foot towards the ceiling. So you should be feeling a stretch right at the back of your leg. Now you can either hold it here or slide your back foot a bit further away from you. Take a deep breath in. On the exhale, lift your head, look towards your legs and your tummy, and then very, very slowly, without lifting your back foot, roll into a seated position, bend your elbows, and you should still be feeling a stretch at the back of your leg there. Now the way down is going to be a bit easier. Make sure that Your back foot never lifts away from the floor. Breathe in once more, breathe out. Chin to chest, slowly roll up. Use your tummy muscles here. Lengthen out. Nice long back to feel the stretch in the back of your leg. Okay, and then rolling back down. And we're going to switch sides here. So the back leg goes up, the front leg lengthens out just a little bit. Push the sole of your foot towards the ceiling. So there's no need to bring the leg towards you. You can just keep that 90-degree angle at your hip. Breathe in to prepare. Breathe out. Lift your head. Bring your chin closer to your chest. Scoop your tummy in. Slowly roll up. See if you can bend your elbows. Lengthen out your back. And slowly take it back down. So the slower you go, the harder it gets. We don't want to come up very quickly here. One last try. Breathing in, breathe out. Keep your front foot on the floor. That's really important. You don't want to cheat. Okay, lengthen out. And then slowly roll back down to the floor. Good. Now from here, we're going to move onto our sides now. So I need you to fold up your towel to be used as a cushion for your head again. Good. So let me just move my microphone again. So lying on your side here, head is resting on your underneath arm and cushion. The underneath leg is folded up. The top leg is stretched out. Your hips and your shoulders are on top of each other. Now make the top leg as long as you can and see if you have a bit of a space from underneath your waist, which you want to keep throughout the exercise. Now to start with, just lift and lower here. So this should feel relatively easy. Now we're going to check this later on to see if it still feels easy. We're going for one more lift here. Hold it there. See if you can reach that leg further towards the other side of the room and give me 5 backward circles now. Imagine you've got a glass of water on your top hip, which you don't want to drop. 2 more. Okay, let's do 5 circles the other way. So it shouldn't be feeling too bad as yet. We're on number 3. Keep your body as still as you can. Number 2. Last one. Hold it here. Now I want you to draw the shape of a triangle with your top foot. So you have the base of the triangle. You do a side kick forwards, diagonally up and diagonally down. Triangle number 2 coming up. So side kick forwards, lift, lower 3. We do 5 triangles as well here. That was 4, I believe. Number 5. Now change to a shape of a square now. So it's a side kick forwards, straight up, kick back, and straight down. So let's do 5 squares. That was number 2. Number 3 coming up. So by now, the leg should be getting a bit heavier now. We've got the last one here. And to finish it off, we're just going to draw the shape of a rectangle. So you've got a longer base, so make your kick a bit bigger. Lift, take the leg back, and release. You just have 3 rectangles here. See how your leg feels by now. So that was the last one. And I want you to lift and lower that leg again. And just see the difference from how it felt at the very beginning. So the leg should be a lot heavier now. Let's just go for 2 more lifts now. Okay, and then relax your legs on top of each other. Well done. Now we're going to change position. I need you to come up onto your elbow now. So if you've got a very thin mat, you might want to take your towel just to cushion your elbow a little bit more. You've got your knees folded up, feet in line with your bottom. You can either keep your hips on the floor, make sure that you're lifting out of your shoulder, head in line with the rest of your spine, or you can lift your hips away from the floor. Place your hand on your bottom, and we're just going to do 10 clam openings here. Okay, that was number 3. Your hand is on your bottom, just to see if you can feel those muscles work a little bit. Okay, I think we're on number 5 now. You're probably feeling the underneath leg more than the top leg. You probably feel your shoulder a lot as well. 8, 9, and 10. Hold it here. Now just 10 small ones and we're done. So halfway down and up. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Hold. I can't wait to get out of this position. Lower your hips down. Bring your legs over to the front now. Okay, option number 1. You can have your knees bent, holding onto the back of your legs, and we're going to scoop our tummy in as we roll backwards, and then we lengthen back out. So feel free to stay with this if you like. Option number 2 for today, stretch out your legs in front, reach your arms out in front, and roll back from here. Scoop that tummy in, go as far as you want. I wouldn't go all the way to the floor, and then lengthen back out. Breathe out as you roll down. Breathe in as you lengthen out. Your heels stay on the floor. Hold it on the last one here. See if you wish to go down any lower, and we're going to do some chest openings from here. Breathe in, open. Breathe out, close. So you should be feeling those tummy muscles work once more. Turning your head as well if you like. Okay, just give me one more to each side. Okay, and slowly lengthen out. Now bring your towel over to the other side, and we do all our leg work here now. So have the underneath leg folded up, rest your head on your arm and towel, make the top leg as long as you can. Try to create some space from underneath your waist. Put a glass of water on your top hip, and we're starting off with the easy one, just up and down for now, like a little warm-up here. So see how it feels right now. Hold it on the next one and go for 5 backward circles. I'll try to count correctly now. Number 4 and number 5. Hold it here. Go the other way around. Don't drop the glass of water which is on your top hip. You have 3 more coming up. Keep your tummy muscles nice and tight. Last one here, we're moving on to our 5 triangles. So you have the side kick forwards, diagonally up, diagonally down. Side kick, up and down. Triangle number 3. We have number 4 and number 5. So moving on to our 5 squares now. So it should be getting a little bit harder by now. So breathe out, kick forwards, lift, back and down. 3 more squares coming up. 2 more. Last one here. I hope you can feel the side of your leg and bottom work a little bit now. 3 rectangles. So you've got a bigger side kick forwards, little lift, kick back and down. You've got 2 more coming up. Last one now. Okay, and then start lifting and lowering again, and just compare to how it felt at the beginning. So my leg feels really heavy now. I'm just going for 2 more here, because we still have work to do on that side. Relax your legs on top of each other, and we're moving onto our elbow now. So again, you might want to cushion your elbow just a little bit more. Feet in line with your bottom. Decide if you want to keep your hips on the floor. Maybe you've got a bad shoulder on this side. If you want to work harder, lift your hips away from the floor. Hand on your bottom. Do your 10 clamshell openings. 2, 3, 4. So the muscles at the top are working, the muscles underneath here are working, your shoulders working pretty hard as well. Let's do another 5. I lost count again. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold it here, and just 10 small ones. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And time to rest back onto the floor. Now, we'll be doing some stretches from here now. So I want you to sit in a mermaid position. So one knee is bent here. The front foot is touching the front of your knee here. Now, if this is really uncomfortable, you could stretch out your legs towards me for the first part, but just try to get into this position here. Okay, now my right arm, your left arm is reaching up and across. You slide your right hand along the floor. You can even take your elbow down, reach up and across, and try to push this hip down to the floor here. So you get a nice stretch along the side of your body. Okay, now release the stretch. We take it over to the other side now. So the stretch should be here now. And release. Now I need you to get your chest a bit closer towards your thigh here. So put your hands down by the side of your leg. Lower your chest. You can even take your elbows down to the floor. You might feel a bit of a stretch in the side of your hip and bottom. You could move a bit further towards the middle. Maybe that makes you feel the stretch a bit more. Okay, try to push your tailbone down towards the floor behind you. Slowly release that stretch. Now we'll be opening up the front of our hips now. So take your right hand, put it down onto your mat, lift your bottom away from the floor, reach your arm up towards the ceiling, look up, and you should be feeling a stretch all along the front of your body there. Just hold it for another breath. And then slowly release it back down. Now take your legs over to the other side. So we've got our mermaid stretch on this side now. So one side might feel a bit more flexible than the other side. So left hand on the floor, right arm reaching up and across, taking the elbow down, lengthening that arm, pushing your right hip down towards the floor. Hold it here. See if you can reach your hand any further. Come back to the middle, reach the other way. And then release, taking your chest down towards your thigh now. So hands on the floor. Your tailbone is pointing down to the floor behind you. See how far you can go. You can rest your elbows on the floor. See if you need to move a bit more towards the middle with your upper body. So there should be a bit of a stretch on the side of the hip and glutes here. Okay, and then lengthen out. Put your left hand on your mat. Let's open up the front of our hip on the other side. So take your bottom away from the floor. Reach up and over. Look up towards the ceiling. Push your hips forwards. And then slowly release that stretch. So we're going to finish off on all fours now. We've got a little routine coming up there. So let's start off with a cat stretch now. So knees under your hips and hands slightly forward of your shoulders. Tug your tailbone under, round your back towards the ceiling. Relax your head between your arms. And then release that stretch by lifting your tailbone. Lengthening your spine, arching it a little bit, looking towards the front, back into tugging the tailbone under, rounding the back towards the ceiling. And then one more time, release. Going into a bit of an arch, looking towards the front. And then I need you to find a position in between those two stretches where your back is in a straight line, your tailbone is slightly pointing upwards. Okay, hold it there. Now, remember the exercise? Yeah, I hope we did it at the beginning. Yes, we did it. Okay, I want you to squeeze your shoulder blades together and widen the space in between your shoulder blades. Okay, now when you go back down to the floor, keep the space in between your shoulder blades nice and wide. From here, with the weight over your hands, I just want you to hover your knees away from the floor. Your bottom hasn't really lifted up. You can either just hold it or lengthen out your front leg, fold it up. Your knees don't go down to the floor. Your bottom is not lifting up. So it's breathing out to lengthen, breathing in to fold. Lengthen. Keep your body as still as you can. So there's quite a bit of load across your arms here. We're just going to do one more on each side. Okay, and then from here, take your knees back down. Now we're moving on to swimming from here. So imagine you've got a tray of glasses to balance across your back. Take your right arm and your left leg. Breathe out to slowly come up, keeping that tray of glasses balanced on your back. Breathe in, go back down, other side. Left arm, right leg. Okay, try to make sure that your hips are not moving side to side. So we're just going to do 3 on each side, and then we're going to repeat it later on again. You have 1 more on each side. Try not to arch your back here. Last one coming up. And then you're going to lift your right arm and your left leg once more. So just balance here. And then pretend you're swimming breaststroke with your right arm. So a big reach, front, side, and down. If you need to take your leg down, that's fine. Otherwise, just give me 2 more here. And then you can either take your hand down to the floor, or you can reach your arm out in front, and we're going to lower and lift our left leg. Okay, just give me 3 more. Keep your tummy nice and tight. And then take your toes back down to the floor now. Let's go down onto our elbows, just to give our wrists a bit of a break. Tug your toes under, the toes of your left foot. Push the heel away from you. I hope you're not slipping on your floor. So you should be feeling a stretch in the calves of your left leg here, just as a bit of a break. Okay, and release. Now back onto all fours. Tummy nice and tight, wide space in between your shoulder blades. You're going to start off with your left arm and right leg now. So we do another 3 on each side here. The movement is coming from your shoulder and your hip and not from your back. Let's just go for 1 more on each side. Breathe out, float up, breathe in, come down. Okay, then you're going to take your left arm and your right leg again. Hold it here and try to balance. Okay, now go for those breaststroke arms here with your left arm. If you need to take the leg down, that's fine. Okay, just give me 3 more here. Last one coming up. See if you want to put your hand back down, or you want to stretch out the arm in front and lower and lift your right leg. Okay, just try to go for 3 more here, moving from the hip only. Last one coming up. Take your toes back down, come down onto your elbows, tug your toes under, and push your heel away from you. So it's probably best if you can step on your mat so you won't be slipping. Hold it there. Just a nice stretch for your calves. Okay, now we have one very last exercise coming up. So I need you to come up onto all fours once more. Okay, so hands slightly forwards of your shoulders, knees under your hips. This is option number 1. I would actually take my knees a bit further apart for this one now and just hover your knees away from the floor. Option number 2, a full plank, reaching out, taking those legs a bit further apart, making sure that your back is not arching, and we're just going for a few shoulder taps here if you want to. So right shoulder, right hand tapping the left shoulder, gently back down, left hand tapping the right shoulder. You can do the same thing if you're in a box position, or you can just hold it if you prefer. Let's go for 10 more. I think 3 and 4 and 5, halfway through, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Well done. Just move your legs a little bit closer together. Take your knees down to the floor and just sit yourselves back into a shell stretch here so you can rest your forehead on your mat. You could take your knees a bit further out to the side so you can have your chest sinking down a little bit further. Okay, just take a few deep breaths into the sides and back of your rib cage where your lungs are. Okay, and then you take your hands next to your knees, you lift your chest away from your thighs, bring your legs together, tug your toes under, walk your hands towards your feet, lower your heels into the floor, place your hands onto your thighs, and slowly roll back up into a standing position. Finish off with some shoulder rolls. And then just reach both arms up to the ceiling, look up and try to reach a little bit further here, stretching your sides once more. One more reach on each side. Okay, release your arms down by your side, take a deep breath in, relax your shoulders, exhale, one more deep breath in, relax your shoulders, exhale. Now, very well done, everybody. Thank you for joining tonight. Okay, your next class is tomorrow morning. It is a circuit with Daniel. Okay, and please keep on watching the Facebook page for any new updates. I hope to see you again next week, wherever that might be, probably in here. Okay, have a nice evening, everybody. Well done. Thank you. Bye-bye.